The revolution. What is the revolution? The revolution, some say, is the war that we are currently in that is to secure the independence that we have declared. That is simply a war to secure the independence that we ourselves already knew was a fact. And that, good ladies, is the revolution. The revolution took place within the hearts and the minds of we Bostonians, we Massachusetts men, and dare I say it, all good citizens up and down these colonies in North America. That's the revolution. The idea that we could cast off the oppression of a crown, that we could determine our own fates, that we could decide what our country would be, would do, the potential of everything that we have fought for, and dare I say, thought for. The revolution was already achieved when those first shots rang out across Lexington Green in 1775. The revolution was done because we ourselves had decided that we would set the course of our own destiny and be the determinants of not only our own fates, but the fates of our posterity in this that we deemed would be a new nation on the face of this earth. And so in Congress, we gathered together, and I confess I am surprised that it took us this long to arrive at the idea that we are and should be independent. As my good friend from Virginia, Mr. Lee said, the resolution that he proposed in 1776, that these colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved of all allegiance to the crown of Great Britain. That moment, I knew, was going to be that which our sons and grandsons celebrated. Of course, America's independence is that great day, which I'm sure all of you know, July 2nd, 1776. That will be the day that is celebrated with fireworks, with parades, with firing guns in the air, with parties, with delicious meals, with families and communities. July 2nd is definitely going to be America's Day of Independence. But that independence, while achieved in our hearts and our minds, is not yet a reality. We still have an oppressive foe in our former master, the King of England and his ministers, and the redcoats that would take our liberty from us at the point of a bayonet. And so we find ourselves in a war. We find ourselves engaged in a struggle for our very survival. And these brave men, these Massachusetts men and Virginians, Pennsylvanians, South Carolinians, even Georgians, now find themselves face to face with the most powerful military on the face of the planet. Not only the redcoats that invade our cities and our homes and our communities, but the Navy, whose hand of Great Britain stretches across each and every ocean on the globe. Some have argued that we have no hope, that we are but a skiff of paper in a storm. Well, first, I believe that our cause is absolutely assured by providence, that our spirit and our determination will see us through. However, talk and words are important motivations for men, but the reality of the situation is that our armies are very small. Our supplies are limited. We have no navy to oppose that of Great Britain. So what choice have we but to find allies abroad? And thus, I have been set by the Continental Congress to go to France, to see if I can assist my dear friend, Mr. Benjamin Franklin, Dr. Franklin, as he is always wont to remind us, that we must secure the help of not only France, but also most likely Spain. We know that Spain and France are the enemies of Great Britain. We know that they fought against Great Britain in the recent war that we helped the British with, and such is politics. Good ladies, we find ourselves having fought against two countries less than 10 years ago, and now we find ourselves struggling to be engaged into the bosom of their security, protection, alliance, and friendship. And so, while I may not be the most excellent speaker of the French language, I assure you that I have America's best interest at heart, that I will struggle valiantly to secure those helps and aids that we need from France. We need their money. We need their soldiers. We need their Navy. We need their support in international. We need their bases in the Caribbean. For if we can make this war spread not only here in North America, but spread around the globe, Great Britain's sources will be stretched thin, and we will then have a chance to make sure that what my friend Thomas Jefferson has written, that these truths that are self-evident of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness will be guaranteed not only to ourselves, but to our posterity for all time. I find myself, I apologize, quite heated. I was a main advocate for independence long before it was the majority opinion in Congress. And if you will allow me to quaff but a brief beverage, I will allow you to gather your composure and ask any questions you may have of me concerning our independency and the hopes for it.